Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs. This is another episode of 94 Feet Podcast. Your boy Big Zeke in the building. I'm here with my brother Dre.
What's good, everybody? Always great to be back with y'all.
I'm also here with my brother Kesey.
What's good, good people? It's a pleasure to be in the building today.
It is. This is the second week of the NBA, and we are here with so enthusiasm that we can't control ourselves. As you can see, I'm very ecstatic. Injury report.
There isn't one.
I wanted you to read this. No significant injuries.
There isn't one.
No significant injuries this week.
Hey, man, don't come in here trying to police how I talk.
I'm just,
No, you know what I'm saying?
You're right.
Don't try to police how I talk.
You are 100%.
There
right.
are no injuries to report, so we should be happy.
There is one that just came across my feed, but I'll wait till next week. McCullough.
CJ McCullough?
CJ McCullough.
Who does he play for this week?
This week.
He gets traded a lot. It's a joke.
He
He
don't.
Yeah, he does.
CJ McCullough, it's the first time he's been traded. He played for the Pelicans
He played for Portland,
for his whole career.
and then he was traded to
the Pelicans.
Pelicans.
Wasn't there a trade in between there?
No.
Y'all sure?
I'm 100% sure.
Okay, y'all always 100% sure. It would be 90% wrong, but I just want to put that out
Well,
there.
then look it up then.
What's his injury? What did I already say?
It's something happened with his lung. I don't know 100% sure. It's like a disease type situation, and those are always always irritating just because sometimes those you can't play ball no more. So I wish for the best for him.
Yeah. Shout out to the McCullough.
Shout out to McCullough. Another grim news, starting our shoot around segment. One of the all-time greats, NCAA coaches, Bobby Knight has passed away this week. He was 83 years old. A little fun fact. Knight was the last coach to go undefeated, have an undefeated season. So, RIP, rest in paradise for Bobby Knight and his family, and condolences to his family. Something that I should have spoke on last week, but I didn't. Be like that sometimes. After 19 seasons in the NBA, Andre Iguodala has decided to retire. He's a four-time NBA champ, and he's the 2015 NBA Finals MVP. With the infamous, he was on the other end of a chase down block from LeBron James that won them the series. Depends on who you ask. It's probably most likely Kesey. He'll tell you that won them the series, but that's neither here nor there. So shout out to him. With that being said, two questions. One, is he a first ballot Hall of Famer?
Who?
Andre Iguodala.
No.
I'm sorry, what? You saying he's not?
First ballot?
First ballot.
I don't know about first ballot. He'll be a future Hall of Famer, though.
But wow. Okay. Go ahead. You want to expound on that, or you just...
I mean, Iguodala's had a decent career, but at the same time, he hasn't had a superstar career. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
I mean,
he had a great career,
but
he didn't have a superstar Hall of Famer automatic career.
I guess my thing when you say that though, here's my thing about that. Number one, we know, but then superstars, not only superstars go to Hall of Fame, but my thing about it, I think he's had a good enough career to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. I think he has a first, because compared to other people who are first ballot Hall of Famers, I think that he did what he was supposed to do.
It just depends on who in that class that's going in with him.
I'll give you that.
So Iggy is not a first ballot Hall of Famer. Is he a Hall of Famer? Absolutely. Iggy had a really good career. We're not going to say great. He had a really good career. He had a really great situation with the Golden State Warriors. I give Iggy credit because he was Golden State's first big free agent signing, right? That was one of their first acquisitions when you start talking about the new Golden State Warriors. But if you look at Iggy's career stats, they're not that great. They're average at best. His highest scoring season was 7-8. He averaged 19.9 points a game, and he averaged roughly 5 rebounds a game and 4 assists a game. That was statistically his best year overall in terms of points and things. And then he had another good season, 9-10. I still question them giving him that finals MVP. It should have went to Steph, but because he was on LeBron, he was coined the LeBron stopper, right? Because they beat LeBron and they gave him that MVP. Defensively, he did stop LeBron. But if you don't get Steph's offense, you don't win that title. But what's done is done. So Iggy is certainly a Hall of Famer, first ballot, questionable. Iggy will go down as one of the greatest role players to ever play the game. But he didn't change the game. When I think about first ballot Hall of Famers, I think about people that changed the game or brought a certain level of excitement to the game. Iggy's good, but Iggy's not first ballot.
So let me ask you this then.
He's a great role player.
Because I seen a debate one day.
I was just going to go into that. That's what brought this discussion up. To me, he was our first ballot Hall of Famer. But I know what you're talking about on Gilly's podcast called Gil's Arena. They were having a discussion about who's better, Iggy or Kawhi Leonard. And it started off with, I forgot his name. I can't think of his name.
Steven Jackson?
No, it's
it was
I can't think of his name. To be honest with you,
some hen doggy dog in the
Sean McCants.
Why is this?
With Sean McCants.
Why is this even a question?
That's McCants.
Yeah.
Why is this even a question?
This is a question.
What you mean? Why is it not a question?
Here's my thing.
Why is it a question? Kawhi or Andre?
Because
who had a better career?
Yeah.
That's what they were debating about.
Why is that a question?
Because if you compare the two,
you sure you want to do that right now?
Here's my thing about these two.
Yeah.
Right. Well, let's do it.
Okay, fine.
Because I'm looking at a side by side right now. Now, these are accolades. NBA championship, Iggy has 4, Kawhi has 2.
Clearly.
But Kawhi has 12 seasons, Iggy has 19.
Kawhi really got like 7 because he didn't play.
Well, that's on him.
We ain't gonna say nothing though.
But my thing about that is, I mean, when you talk about his accolades, like first NBA team, first
real quick,
defensive.
Is Dre? Was he a top 75?
Who?
Andre Iguodala.
No.
Was Kawhi a top 75?
No.
You sure?
Was he?
I don't remember him being in the top.
I don't
75.
think he is.
Okay.
Because he was hurt too much during that time.
He was hurt.
Double check.
My thing about this is when you compare, we compare statistics.
Kawhi's stats are better than his.
Are they? Percentage. This was percentage. Iggy's is 46, Kawhi's 49. 3-point range, Iggy's 33, Leonard's 38. Free throw 70. He's 85. Kawhi's 85.
Kawhi averaged more points than him.
He is on there.
He is?
Yes,
Kawhi's
he's
on top
averaged
75?
more rebounds than him. He's averaged more blocks than him.
So let me
He's a better defensive player than him.
So hold on a second here.
No
real
comparison.
quick. So I think that
no comparison.
I really wanted to play the clip, but
Play the clip.
I
But-
don't have time.
Okay.
But
My only issue is with that is Kawhi came into a great situation, which helped him develop a little bit faster.
Iggy went to the Warriors.
when later on in his
Later
career,
on.
Kawhi was drafted though. He
Yeah.
was drafted.
Can I finish getting out what I was saying?
Go ahead
Without
and,
your interruption, sir.
go ahead and cover for him like you do LeBron.
I'm not covering for him. I'm just speaking facts.
Go ahead, speak your facts.
Kawhi came into a great situation with Tim Duncan and Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili. Them was three automatic Hall of Famers when he came there. They was automatically gonna be Hall of Famers.
But he was drafted.
The only person Iggy came into was who?
Iverson. He had Iverson.
no, he did.
He had Iverson in Philly.
He went out when he came to
He had Iverson in Philly.
Philly.
Bet.
Philly.
Bet.
Can you let me finish? I'm not finna bet you. Can you feel it? When Iggy came to Philly, Iverson was on his way out the door.
They played 4 or 5 seasons together.
No,
They played like 2.
They played one season together,
Did
No.
they?
and then they gave the keys to Iggy. Remember?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Iverson was on
They did
his
not
way
play
out.
1 season together.
Iverson was on his way out. Because Iggy got drafted high.
Yeah. Iggy
Kind
was
of high. It
like
was like 12.
9th, I thought.
See,
I don't
stop
know.
it.
No, I'm serious.
I think it was 9th.
I don't know what it was. I just feel like I'm gonna play this clip. Y'all look that up. I'll play this clip.
Iguodala's better than Kawhi Leonard to me.
When we're going to talk about his defense, the series before against Kevin Durant, he got his ass whooped. Kevin Durant was bopping his ass. Do not sit here and use his defense as like he dominated defense. He got mollywopped.
What, that first year?
No, the year you talking about.
Okay.
The year you talking round by round.
I mean, if that's what you want to
It
go
was 3
with,
seasons.
that's what you want to go
What I'm
with.
saying is
What happened after that? And what happened after that?
Okay.
Nobody wants
2.5
to Kawhi
seasons.
after that.
But I'm telling you this. If I'm
Wasn't one?
guarding you and you gave me
2.5.
32 a game, 50 from the field, 50 from three, and then the papers is going around saying, man, you stop Brandon Jennings. What is your face?
We lost.
No, stop. What is your face? You gonna be like this. You gonna say this. He was barbecue chicken.
No, we
I
lost.
want him to guard me every game. Yeah, your team is better than mine, but you defensively, barbecue chicken.
So what has happened? What has happened since?
That's what you're gonna be doing.
I don't agree with a lot that Gilbert Arenas says.
Why
Or
not?
what- because he's a clown in most cases. Like the Giannis hate is too much for me.
He don't hate on Giannis.
What? Yes, he does.
I don't say he hate on Giannis. I think that he speaks a lot of.
He said the things that people don't want to really say
He
about
says
Giannis.
the things we whisper in Milwaukee.
So the things that I say, I'm a hater, but because he says it, it's true.
Depends on what you say.
Okay,
But
never
you
mind.
just said he talks a bunch of nothing, so that means you're talking a bunch of nothing.
No, not at all.
because you just said he said it, and then
He hated on Giannis hard
when
All
all
he
the time.
all he said about Giannis was he's not a
A superstar,
no. He said something about his basketball IQ.
which I've said
Wasn't
many
high.
times up
Wasn't
until we won
high,
the title.
something
But
like
anyway, back to your question. They played 2.5 seasons together. He played in Philly. He had Eric Snow. He had a bunch of other players that came after that. When he signed with
Golden State.
Golden
but
State,
nobody who Kawhi played with can anybody at Iguodala compare to?
But here's my thing about
wait, what?
Nobody that who Iguodala played with can compare to the players that Kawhi played with, besides Allen Iverson,
Steph
who,
Curry.
who was a hole in the wall.
Steph
We're talking
Curry.
about in the beginning of their careers.
So
Kawhi first 3 years, he had Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, Sean Elliott.
He was the new guy.
So
rookie. He was
he's
a
at
rookie.
fault because he was drafted.
No, I'm not saying he's at fault, but I'm saying when you compare the two, they're in two different situations.
Well, that don't matter. Y'all asked the question. You asked the
And-
question. You can't
and-
say, well, it's two different situations. You
And,
asked the question.
and Iggy was more athletic than me.
So here's what I'm going to tell you, and I'll leave it at this. If I'm picking a player, I'm picking Kawhi. Is he going to play a lot less? Absolutely. That doesn't mean Iggy didn't have a good career, but Kawhi Leonard statistically is a better player. Offensively is a better player. Defensively is a better player. Now, what I will say is IQ for the game, Iggy might get a notch. Iggy be coaching in a year or two. He'll probably get Golden State when Steve Kerr walks away.
If you look at their first 3 years,
Wow.
who was better?
Kawhi.
Kawhi by a lot.
Oh no, I'm saying you had first 3 years.
Their first 3 seasons.
I honestly feel like Iggy.
Who
Okay.
had a better first 5 years of their career?
Here's Iggy stats. 04-05. He averaged in points. He averaged 9 points, 5.7 rebounds, 3 assists. Year 2, 12.3 points, 5.9 assists, 3.1 rebounds. Second season or third season, 18 points, 5.7 assists, 5.7 rebounds. Right. So that's Iggy.
So I'll say this: their
Hold on.
best.
No,
hold on
no.
a second. Hold on.
I need to give you Kawhi's now.
Hold on. Their best 2 seasons. Kawhi best season was 2020. That was his best season. Iggy best season was 2008. Kawhi averaged 27. Iggy averaged 19.
And let's not forget, Kawhi came in many years later. Kawhi came in 2011.
Yeah.
Iggy came in 2004.
Okay.
So Kawhi Leonard, okay, his average points here. Let's see.
But you're comparing. What you're looking at is apple and oranges.
No, because you asked the question. What I'm looking at is the question that you asked me.
The question I asked was
Now,
who,
to Casey's point, I'm going to answer Casey's question. The first 3 seasons, Iggy's had a better statistic points. and rebounds those first 3 seasons. But after that, there was no catching Kawhi. Those first 3 seasons, Kawhi averaged his first year off the bench 7.9, 1 assist, 5 rebounds. Second season, 11 points, 6 rebounds, 1.6 assists. And then he went up 12 points. But after that, Kawhi blows him out the water statistically every single season. But here's a problem with basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And I get it. It makes for great talk. It makes for great TV. We can't just appreciate that they're both were good to their team. We can't appreciate that.
I said
hold up. We have to say who was better because that's what we do.
all the time.
That's what we do. So
But
at the end of the
that's-
day,
but that's particularly that's what they
I
do
know,
in jobs too. Who's better, Mr. Douglas or so and so? So we're gonna pick
that guy
Mr.
over there. No,
We're gonna pick Mr. Douglas because he's better.
So what I'm saying is, Iggy had a good career. He will be a Hall of Famer.
But y'all say he's not first ballot.
I don't think he is. There's a lot of first ballot people that are probably better than him that's not in it yet.
I don't know.
KG,
I would say I would, like I said before, it depends on his class.
Carmelo.
But I think he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. I don't see why he wouldn't be when you have guys like to me, Iggy falls in that category of Robert Horry.
Was he first ballot?
I think he was first ballot. He falls in that category of
9 rings, man.
Right. 7.
yeah. I know. What's it called? Has 4. No matter how you got him, he has 4.
Who?
Iggy.
He contribute. He contribute to those titles.
I'm saying that's what I'm saying. Like y'all saying he's not a first ballot. That's why I was like, really? I think he's a first ballot Hall of Famer to me because he may not be the star, but he contributes to your team, and he's contributed to all 4 of those championships.
And unless I'm reading it wrong, Robert Horry's not even in the Hall of Fame.
I thought he was.
He's not even in the Hall of Fame. He's in the Alabama Sports Hall of Fame, but he's not in the Basketball Hall of Fame.
Oh, double check on that. But
and here's why. They say Robert Horry, although he has 7 championships, his career does not scream Hall of Fame. He's one of the greatest role players in NBA history. The Hall of Fame isn't solely based on numbers.
But ain't you the one who said Andre Iguodala had
I said he had a good career.
a good role player
A
career?
good role player. And he asked, is he first ballot? I said he's not first ballot.
I'm telling him to listen.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
So he is not first ballot. And according to this,
He might not even.
he might not be Hall of Famer at all if they're judging Robert Horry, who has 7 rings, and they call him Big Shot Rob. Now let Sports America hear. According to what I'm reading, the only Hall of Fame that Robert Horry is, for all my fact checkers out there, he is only in the Alabama Sports Hall of Fame in 2010.
See, to me, that's a tragedy.
He
That's a
is
tragedy.
not in the Hall of Fame.
To me, that's a
He
tragedy.
had 7 championships, and he's not in the Hall of Fame. So if you're
messed up.
telling me that Iggy is a first ballot Hall of Famer
think he's a
for
first
his mediocre role player career,
Now it's
then
mediocre.
I question. It's not low. He was a mediocre role player who happened to stop LeBron.
This is my thing. Either he's good or he's mediocre. Those are 2 different
Okay, he's
words.
good. Fine.
Thank
He's
you.
good.
I'm just asking here.
Are you taking Robert Horry or are you taking Iggy?
I'll take Iggy.
I'm taking Big Shot Rob.
I'm taking Iggy.
Because you know what? All them big shots translated into what, Kesey?
Championship.
7 titles.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like we should be more shocked that he's not in the Hall of Fame. If
Who,
anything,
Robert?
yeah. If Robert,
It
Horry's
doesn't
not,
shock me because you
does.
never heard his name until a big shot. You know who else had big shots? Steve Kerr, John Paxson.
hold on a second. Time out. Tony Parker's in the Hall of Fame.
He's one of the greatest foreign players to ever play the game. Come on, Isaiah. Come
I'm
on,
just
Isaiah.
saying. What I'm
Hey.
saying
You
is
got
that
me calling you by your first name.
Baron
Come
Davis-
on, Zeke.
Baron Davis is in the Hall of Fame.
Tony Parker had a 10-year stretch where you couldn't guard him,
He was
especially with the mid-range. Pick and roll with Duncan,
he was in a
he was
system.
unguardable.
He was in a system. Stop it. He's in a system.
Man, here you go.
Is he top 10
top 10? What?
point guards all time?
Possibly.
Who?
Tony Parker.
Yes.
All time.
He's on the top
I
75.
said I didn't ask you that. I said
Top
is he
10.
top 10 all time
Point guards?
to you. To you. I'll just say this to you. Is he top 10 point guard of all time?
For the era, listen,
For,
I'm about to answer it. Relax.
No, you could have tap dance around. This is a yes or no
Dang,
question.
Dad, hold up.
Is
Pat,
he
come
top
on, man.
10 all time?
And since I've been watching basketball in the earth, Zeke, you gotta let me answer
Go
it
ahead.
with my
Go ahead. Because you
from 1990 to present. I started watching ball in 1990 when I could understand the game.
Okay.
From 1990 to present, yes, he's a top 10.
See when you had that terminology, when you putting it right now, because I know what you're doing. So when you put it right now, that means Oscar Robertson throwing out the window.
So
No, because
You said from 1990,
Chris
so
Paul?
you're throwing him out the window.
he didn't play in 90, did he?
Chris
Who?
Paul is top 10 point guards. Of
No,
all
he
time.
didn't. Oscar Robertson didn't play.
Not only
So
is
then
Chris
who had a better
Paul
career?
top
You
10,
said what?
I said Chris Paul is top 10, but who had a better career?
Well,
Tony
obviously
Parker or
the-
Tim? Or,
hold on, obviously-
well, Chris Paul will have better stats when it's all said and done. Did y'all see his stat recently? In 6 games, he only has 6 turnovers and 54 assists.
He has 0 points.
But you don't need him for that.
I know. But
He
the
just
point,
needs a championship.
my point is
They
this,
won't
though.
beat Denver, but he needs a championship.
My point is this, though. Like, I just asked, was he in your top 10? And I know he's
From
not.
1990 to present, yes. Because
So
that's
Oscar
when
Robertson-
I watched the game.
So Oscar Robertson's not in your top 10 of all
I've
time?
never seen him play.
Is he in your top 10 of
He
all
is
time?
not. I have
Okay.
never seen him
All right,
play.
That's fine.
I've
That's
people
fine.
that are in my
they
top
got
10.
him.
I've
They got
seen
him at
play.
number 17 on list.
I know. That's why I asked y'all.
Who? Tony Parker?
Yeah.
Tony Parker.
Who's above him? Who's above him?
Who's
And then
above him?
and here's how this argument started: is because Zeke thinks Iggy deserves Hall of Fame over
I
Tony
think he-
Parker.
No, I think he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
Walt Frazier,
Walt Frazier,
Damian
pass.
Lillard,
Yeah.
Okay,
Russell Westbrook,
All right.
okay. He averaged a triple double.
Gary Payton,
Yeah.
Jason Kidd,
Yes.
Yes, he can beat out Tony.
Bob Cousy,
I don't even know him.
Yes.
Steve Nash,
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Absolutely not.
John Stockton,
Yes,
Yes.
Chris Paul,
yes,
Yeah.
Isaiah Thomas,
yes,
Yeah.
Jerry West,
yes.
Mhm.
Dr. Jerry West. Yes,
You didn't
Oscar
see him play.
Robinson.
Time out. Pause. You didn't see him play.
but he's the logo.
You didn't see him play.
But he's the logo.
But you didn't see him play.
You know what? When we're going home to be with the Lord,
Uh-huh.
and our kids and our nieces are still
Yeah, we
buying-
can run
Hold up,
5.
hold
We
up,
can run
hold up.
5.
and our kids are still wearing Jordans, you know what they're gonna say? Michael Jordan was the greatest player to ever play because they're still wearing the
I'm
shoes.
just going off your knowledge.
Continue.
I'm just going off what you
Continue.
said.
Oscar
Yeah, in some
Robertson.
cases, but he's the logo.
Steph Curry,
Clearly,
I don't know
Magic
about that. He's a
Johnson.
shooting guard.
definitely.
He's a shooting guard.
So Tony Parker, top 20 of all time,
okay, I said top 10.
Kyrie Irving,
should be there, top 25. But anyway, Iggy had a Hall of Fame. Let me say this. If I had a vote between Iggy
Mhm.
and Kawhi, and there was one spot left in the Hall of Fame, Iggy's not getting that spot. That's how I'll say it. He had a good season he had a good career as a role player.
I feel like, and we talked about the Hall of Fame situation. I feel like a lot of people who get into the Hall of Fame, in my opinion, shouldn't be there.
Like who? You keep saying that. Like who?
I don't, off the top of my head, I don't know. I'm not going to put my foot in my mouth like some other people.
Well, because you
I
said
just-
Baron Davis is in the Hall of Fame.
I don't know if he's in the Hall of Fame, but I
Baron
feel like,
Davis
yeah,
she should be in the top 20 of guards.
Who?
maybe
Baron Davis,
Them knees?
top 25.
top 20.
Top 25. My thing is this. I just
25.
feel like he should be in the Hall of Fame. First ballot Hall of Famer. I think he had a career. I think the championship solidified it. When he was in Philadelphia, he was a one-man show. So I feel like
Who?
Iggy. I feel like he needs to be in the Hall of Fame.
I'm
Point
not saying that
blank
he's
period.
not.
I think Vince Carter's in the Hall of Fame. So I just feel like he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. When you
I
compare
didn't.
it
The
to
question you asked was
he
he
a
a first
first-
ballot, and we
I
said
say yes. Y'all say no, I say yes. Or we'll move on.
Hey, who was on the Guild show that was
no. Talk
talking
to
about-
us, 94 feet. I'm sorry, Keys. Is Andre Iguodala a first ballot Hall of Famer?
Yeah.
Tag us on Twitter at 94 Feet Podcast.
Instagram.
Tag us on Instagram. Comment under this episode. right on the page. Text us, you know us, those of y'all that's listening, and let us know how you feel. Is Iggy a first ballot Hall of Famer and why? Don't just say yes. You got to give the why, and we'll read some of your responses on the air next week or if we get them this week. Go ahead, Z. I'm sorry, Kesey. Go ahead, bro.
Oh, on the
because you said Vince Carter, or you said something about the Gill show.
No, he actually was on the Gill show. It's Chris Jennings. It's Jennings, the guy. Who's the guy?
Rashawn McCants.
Him
and Kenya Martin.
Kenya Martin. Speaking of Kenya
Martin be keeping it a little too real, dog. He be going.
He's supposed to.
Now I want to talk about.
He remind me of Steven Jackson. Like he be borderline angry with his.
No, he don't care.
No, Kenya Martin is. I'm a spit.
I'm gonna
spit the truth regardless.
Yeah, I don't care. So here's my thing. Speaking of Kenya Martin, his son was a part of a recent trade. I'm gonna speak on that after I say this. But this past week, James Harden was finally traded to the Los Angeles Clippers, along with PJ Tucker and some white dude. I'm not even gonna try. In exchange, the Philadelphia 76ers acquired Marcus Morris, Nicholas Batum, and then Robert Covington, and KJ Martin, and a 2028 unprotected first round pick, 2 second-round picks, a pick swap, and a first-round pick from a third team that hasn't been announced yet. It should be announced, but I don't know what it is.
I just want to say this before you continue. I'm going to share this out on our pages, and I'm going to share it with you all.
What?
Just at a first glance.
Is this about Iggy?
Just at a first glance of the Hall of Fame of some of the NBA players, there's not a lot of role players in this thing that, like you say, shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. Mm-hmm. There's not a lot of role players in here. Now, you may see some names that you may not know because remember the Hall of Fame, is not just NBA. It's basketball, period. Mm-hmm. But a lot of these NBA player names you see are not role players. I just want you to know that while you're making the case for Iggy.
No.
And now I'm done.
Now here's my thing. Because I was going to let this die and let it be.
No, we can't. We can't.
Brought it up. I'm going to do some investigation. I'm going to do some investigation.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring it back.
Like Chris Mullin, for example. He wasn't a role player. He was a star for Golden State, right? Is he a Hall of Famer in your eyes? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does he have championships? I just want to know. No. Does he have championships?
How many people are in the Hall of Fame from the NBA?
Man, hundreds. I'm going to send you all this.
I'm talking about players.
Hundreds.
It's
gonna be a little work. So
you know what you're gonna do.
But I think it'd be dope for us to dive in and pick some names.
We're gonna dive in.
Yeah,
we're gonna dive in. Matter of fact, next week, let's see what happens. But we're gonna talk about people who do not, who in your opinion deserve to be in the Hall of Fame
from the NBA.
From the NBA, we will talk about it next week.
Okay.
But onto this trade. So KJ Martin, real quick. So KJ Martin, which is the son of Kenya Martin, he talked about trades, and he talked about trades affecting your family and how it's business. And he got emotional talking about it, which I thought was very interesting because it reminded me of the Drew Holiday trade.
I was gonna say I seen Mrs. Holiday when it happened.
I seen with Mrs. Holiday when she talked about it, and she talked about it how, and people talk about it in general how people don't think of it as a business, even though it's a business move. And the way these players find out is so messed up when they actually talk about it. But it just reminded me, like, he got emotional talking about how, he had to tell his wife. His wife got emotional. He was emotional. KJ was emotional when he was talking about it, as far as like him getting traded because he loved being in LA. So it's just one of them things where I'm just like, wow. It just hit a little differently. I mean, we'll go, and when we talk about the Bucks talk, we'll kind of talk about how Drew. I don't think he was dead wrong, but when you come down to it, like what's the right way and what's the wrong way to approach a trade?
I mean, it's business.
I know, but should it be strictly business? Should you have the courtesy to call somebody up like, hey, just want to let you know? Matter of fact, in this trade, Danny Green got released from Philadelphia. He said, I had literally unpacked 90% of my stuff. Maury called him up, was like, hey, I know you unpack it right now, but you might want to put that stuff back.
So let me just say this to that point. The GM, Sean Maury.
Said it to who?
He called Danny Green.
Danny Green.
He was like, I'm 90% unpacked, and then I get this phone call like, hey, just want to let you know there was a trade, and so it just so happened we have X amount of players on the team. You're the extra man. We're gonna release you.
So here's the thing.
But they usually don't do that. But I just want to focus right now. I just want to focus on the trade.
Drew Holiday got traded in church, so I don't want to hear that they don't do that. He got traded in worship.
He said he said he was laying down or something like that. And he found
that was
out.
the first trade. The second trade happened while the man was in church because I walked him and his wife in church.
Please, you don't need this stuff for us.
I'm not stunned, but you're
saying.
questioning if it's true or not. He was literally in church when he got traded to the Boston Celtics.
Well,
he was literally in church.
We'll save it for Bucks talk.
But to answer your, so are you asking us a two-part question?
No, I'm asking. Listen, I was going to focus on the James Harden trade.
Oh, geez, I feel bad for the Clippers.
Really?
Yeah.
Continue.
Because he's the fourth team now that he's bullied his way to. He's bullied his way to every single team except the Houston Rockets, and he's done nothing with none of those teams. So good luck to the Clippers. In that culture of my way or the highway, you have a Kawhi Leonard who barely plays. You have a Paul George that y'all often call playoff P, who does not close in the finals. You got Russell Westbrook, who I think people are hard on for no reason, overly hard on.
On Russell Westbrook?
Overly hard on Westbrook. And now you're adding James Harden to the mix. I'm going to say this, like I said about my Bucks, that I'm sure I can't wait till we talk about. Los Angeles Clippers, championship or bust. No excuses. And you're not beating Denver. You're not beating Golden State. And Harden, did he even re-sign an extension right away, or is he going to be available next season?
He'll definitely be available.
Yeah, that's trash. That's whack to me. I'm so tired of James Harden. I'm so tired of it because he does the same thing. How many you know how we dog LeBron and KD for superstars?
Mm-hmm.
How many does he need? Now, let's talk about James Harden.
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't get it done in OKC. He had Russie. Nope. This is my moment. You can hate it, but I love when I do it.
Go ahead.
He had Russie.
Go ahead.
He had KD. He had Ibaka or Shabaka, as you like to say, all in their prime. All in their prime. Then he went to Houston. He had Melo, right? He had Chris Paul, Kesey, right? He had some hitters in Houston. Couldn't get it done. Bullied his way out of Houston and went to where? Brooklyn? Was it Brooklyn?
It was Brooklyn.
He had KD again. He had Kyrie again. They didn't even play 20 games, and he was out of there. Bullied his way to Philly. He had Embiid. He had Tyrese Maxey, not a superstar, but a great role player, right? A great role player, is he not? He had Joel Embiid.
Mm.
He had a winning formula in Philly and couldn't get it done either.
Mm.
Now he's going to the Clippers with a half-injured Kawhi, an occasional injured Paul George, and what some would say a 6th or 7th man in Westbrook. What is different about this Clippers situation than any other team he's been on, other than it being on the West Coast?
Can I talk now?
I'm done,
because
but I don't like it.
I don't
like
it. It burns my biscuit when you do this.
Anybody got a lighter?
Because when you do this, you talk about because you talk about
let's set him on fire. He said it burns his biscuit.
Burns my
Let's
biscuit.
Keep it going.
Light me on fire because when you talk about these superstars that James Harden had.
Did y'all not do you not do it to LeBron? Do you not do it to LeBron?
LeBron is different. You know it is. That's number one.
Did you not do it to KD?
You do it to KD.
Is James Harden not a top shooting guard to ever play this game?
Yes. Can I finish though? Can I finish?
But you're contradicting.
I let you finish.
Fine.
Thank you.
Go ahead. Contradictor.
My thing about it is this. Number one, OKC don't count. He's young. He don't count. Don't tell me you had Russell Westbrook and KD. They were drafted there. Don't tell me, but I don't care about that.
Press the what button
but he had KD in Brooklyn too, though.
I'm
gonna
get
press
there.
the what button for me?
What?
So, and then you want to talk about where did he go out there? He went to Houston. Houston, that was prime James Harden. I think did he win back-to-back MVPs?
He did not win back-to-back.
But scoring titles, he was the man back then. In Houston, he was a one-man show in Houston. I'll give you that. I don't even think he really had like who he had. He had a nice squad over there, and he was by himself. He couldn't get it done. Fine, I'll give you that. He went to Brooklyn. Brooklyn was a mess.
He went
Brooklyn was a mess. Let's just call a spade a spade.
Did he actually go there or not?
He did actually go there.
He
I'm
bullied
saying-
his way there.
I'm saying it was a mess. Yes or no? Was it a mess? For whatever reason, it was a mess.
Yes.
It was a mess. Now he's in
Yes.
Philly. And being in Philadelphia probably was his best case scenario. Now, well, second best compared to Houston. My thing about Philly, Embiid is not the guy we think he is. I'll just put that out there and leave that alone. But him being in that situation. Then he went to so now he's in the Los Angeles Clippers. Do I think they're gonna win a championship? No. Do I think they going all in? Yes, I think they are because I think Kawhi and Paul George on their last year they career contracts too. Either got a year or two left.
Tag me in real quick
I
so
think
I can
that-
answer your question.
I didn't even get to the question.
When
yet.
he was in
Hold on a second.
Houston-
Hold on, before you start reading the stats off, let me finish. Because what you're talking about is, excuse me, where you talking? You found start reading stats
No,
off.
I'm gonna read all the players he had in Houston. Because you said his team. You said it was a one-man show. That's a lie, my friend.
Here's my thing.
That's a lie. He had a
Who?
prime Chris Paul.
He had no prime Chris Paul. You know what prime Chris Paul was? Prime Chris was in New Orleans.
That was
And
young
hold on,
Chris Paul.
and the Clippers. That's when prime Chris Paul was. Because when Chris Paul was in Houston, he was getting bounced around because of his attitude. Don't tell me that he was prime Chris
He
Paul.
was still.
Did he have? Does
he
he
was
have?
still one
Did
of
he
the
come
top-
across some guys that are first ballot Hall of Famers? Yes, he has come across some. But these are you talking about? Man, he had a chance to win a championship with these people. He did not because he was coming across the 73-9 Golden State Warriors. Don't act like they wasn't running the floor. Don't act like King James wasn't doing his thing. He had to come across some mountains. And the fact that I had to sit here and get loud for James Harden because I really don't like him.
You sure?
But
You sure?
I'm not going to sit here and act like he didn't do his thing. Houston was probably his best case scenario.
I didn't
was
say
winning
he didn't do
championship.
his thing. I said James Harden is a problem.
Is he a problem in the locker
That's
room
what
as
I
far as
said.
does he have a problem with management? Yes. I agree with you 100%. But when you talk about, man, James Harden had 4 chances to win a championship.
not?
He did not.
Did he not?
No, he did not. He did not.
Keith,
Stop
come
it.
on, man. You
Stop
have the
it,
smoke.
man.
Go ahead.
Stop it, man. Because it's only one player in this league. It's only one player in this league who can take a team to the championship at least on a consecutive basis.
Consistent.
Whatever. Consistent basis. Thank you, English professor. What's his name? It's one player. What's his
Stephen
name?
Wardell Curry.
That's not his name.
Is that his middle name for real?
I think it
That's
is.
his real name.
That's his real name.
Uh,
What's his name?
LeBron James.
Thank you. King James is the only player that can do that.
Now, Kesey.
Even Steph needed some associates.
Kesey, what side of this argument are you on when it comes to James Harden?
James Harden
There we go.
has had some decent rosters. Man.
Thank you. Thank
When
you.
you compare his rosters to some of the rosters that some of the other superstars walked into and made it happen, or even made it even somewhat successful.
Mhm.
Every situation he's been in, he just disappears when it comes to crunch time, playoff time.
I'll give you that.
So
I'll give you that.
I'm putting it on him as far as why he don't have a championship, because he's been in some situations where he could have got one, but because he's James Harden and James Harden likes to get lost when playoff time comes,
That's facts.
that is the problem. So he can't blame nobody else for why he not winning. He got to take accountability for some of the things that he didn't do as part of the deal. Because in Philly, he was putting on the show when Embiid was out.
That's facts.
B come, he just sits back and just watches them lose. That doesn't make any sense to me.
So let me ask you a question.
You
Real
got to
quick.
be the same person you are, whether he's there or not.
Let me ask
Because
you a
like
quick-
you said, Embiid ain't who we all think he is.
He's not. Let me ask you a question real quick.
Why do y'all keep saying that?
He's not.
I mean, he's good.
He's good.
There's no doubt about
The
that.
Hall of Famer?
But
I might
But
change the name of this.
Embiid
this
is not he's really not a game changer to me.
To me,
He's
he's
good, but he's not a game changer.
He's not a team leader.
No, I think he's only reason he's top 5 as far as
Because
centers.
the center
position is so-
It's lackadaisical.
It is very like who else we gonna pick?
It's like
It's very who else we gonna pick?
Joker,
because
Embiid.
technically, I think Cat has a better game than him.
Now we're just getting out of. Now we're just getting
A
out of-
better game?
No.
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 I
Are you
can't count on
serious?
Cat. I can't count on Cat.
Why?
I can't count on Cat because he is too.
Cat can shoot.
Mature.
Cat can shoot better.
That's a word for it, but
Mature.
That's his problem. But Cat can shoot better. Cat can dribble better.
He can't handle the
And
paint.
Cat got a better back to
He
back.
can't handle the paint.
you know what's okay. Now we gonna dive into this real quick because when we talk about we supposed to be talking about James Harden. I just kicked you. Really? My thing is about James. I'm not James Harden. I think about Embiid is versus Cat. Embiid versus Cat. I feel like Embiid has honed in on his game better than Cat. Cat kind of feel like he all over the place. I feel like Cat want to shoot the three. But you know what it is with me and Cat. You 7 foot, but I feel like you still scared to post up. A little soft. Now Embiid ain't as soft, but I just feel like he a little soft. Like he want to play like Joker, but his skill won't let him. I just feel like that's what I just feel like about Towns. And I feel like when he says stuff like I'm the greatest shooting center ever, and because he won the 3-point contest, we're like, all right, relax. So it's just one of the things where like I just don't feel like they measure up.
He said he what?
He's the greatest shooting center ever. He won the 3-point contest.
Dirk Nowitzki.
I said center.
Power
Dirk
forward.
was 7 foot.
He played power forward.
Fine.
Look, you and Steph, and don't do that because Steph
Height
is
doesn't
6'2".
change your position.
I said it did, but most.
Well, because every time you say that to somebody that's 7 foot that play power forward, you be like he's a center. Anthony Davis is a power.
He says that.
Anthony Davis is a power forward,
I don't
but
say
you be
that.
like he's a center.
He says that.
I don't say that.
Yeah, you do. You've been prophesying that Steph has been a shooting guard since he's been in the game.
I mean, if you ask anybody, they'll tell you.
Well, they're wrong. He's a point guard that happens to know how to shoot.
Michael Jordan said it. Anyways,
Well, then.
so back to the trade. All right, back to the
we can
trade.
Talk about that.
Back to the trade. We should have talked about that, but we didn't. But back to the trade. My thing is, do you feel like Keith? Let me ask you this question. Dre feels like Harden has the 4 teams he's been on. He's had every opportunity to win a championship. I said he had 1. He said 4. What do you think? Hold on a second.
Who has had that many opportunities?
James Harden. Well, on the 4 teams he's been on, I said he has 1 champion. He had 1 opportunity to win a championship. Do you feel like he had 4, or do you? What is your?
And I want to answer that too.
You said 4,
but you didn't.
You gave a whole speech.
But you didn't give me a chance to break it down because he went to the finals with OKC.
I'll give him 2.5.
2.5. What's the half?
That season with OKC when they lost to LeBron them in the finals.
Okay, so that's the full.
That's
season.
the half.
Okay.
That's the half.
What's the 2?
Brooklyn.
Everybody was calling them the champion before they played the game.
And Philly because they had the role players that he needed. He just refused to show up.
I'll give you that. I'll give you 3. I won't say that Houston is a championship team, but he had a roster. Don't act like he had LeBron. Don't act like he had Mo Williams.
I didn't say they were bums.
And Tim Thomas.
I didn't say they were bums like Keith said about Cleveland.
Okay.
I'm saying that that was prime James Harden. James Harden was coming into his own. He was really killing the league. That step back was crazy. And didn't nobody know how to defend it. Didn't nobody know how to defend it. So I'm saying that I think he had the 1 opportunity to win a championship. Now, I will agree with you when you talk about Brooklyn. You're right. They were the big 3. They were the favorites. But like I said before, it was a lot of chaos in that line. It was a lot of chaos on that organization altogether.
Yeah.
Now, regardless of how it went down, it still went down how it went down. My thing is, with the James Harden thing, real quick, because Philadelphia has Maxey and Embiid. I'm gonna say something. I don't know if y'all are going to agree with this or not. Maxey is not as good as everybody think he is.
Is that what you think?
I think that. I think that for sure.
Well,
I think.
what
Hold on a
made you
second.
come to
Let me
that
finish. Let me
conclusion?
finish. I think that if you put James Harden out there, if you put Embiid out there, he can hide. He can hide. He can drop 28 without you really paying attention to him. Was he part of that 3 that you had to? Yeah, but he's the 3rd option. So it's cool for him to sneak a quick 28, 25, 16 on you. Be like, dang, where'd that come from? And he getting buckets at key times. But your main focus is James Harden and Embiid. So now that James Harden is gone, it's really on Maxey.
Well,
And I don't think he's as good. I don't think he's a superstar. I'll say that. I don't think he's a superstar. I don't think he brings the same attention that James Harden brings.
well, I don't think anyone is comparing that, but I also think that he is one of the better young talents that
I'll say
are
that.
in the game. But here's the thing. We'll see it in a minute anyway because Embiid's out of there. Philly pretty much, when they traded Harden, they embraced that they're rebuilding.
I don't think they rebuild. I think.
When Embiid is out of there, he is.
Oh
there
yeah, when
rebuilding.
Embiid leave. But I'm saying I don't think. No, I agree with you. I think I said this on Twitter or I said this in the group chat. Once James Harden got traded, this solidified. Embiid was gone.
He's out of there.
He's out of there.
And for your sake, Embiid, if you ever listen to this podcast,
Shut out.
don't go to the Knicks.
I want him to go to Knicks.
He can go to a team and win a title. He can go to a team.
No,
No,
do
I
that.
think Embiid.
don't do that, Embiid.
He's at a point in his career now where he's going to want to win a title. He's going to go to a stacked team too.
You think so?
Guaranteed.
How long you think it's before he requests his trade?
I would say All-Star break. I don't think he's going to make it to the All-Star break.
I think he's gonna wait his career. I mean, he's gonna wait his contract out.
Did he sign already? Is he in the middle of his big contract, or can
I
he
think
get a
he
big
is.
one?
I think he is. I don't think he'll request a trade. I think he'll wait his contract out.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Because he's going to play for Team USA next year. They're going to get to talking. Hey, why don't you come over here, man? Why don't you come over there, man? You know what I'm saying? Because right now, as quiet as it's kept, everybody's getting teams together to try to beat Denver,
I don't think
the only undefeated team left in the NBA.
Didn't they lose?
They lost.
They
the
lost.
game.
They lost to
When-
Minnesota. They
The
lost to
only, team, the
Minnesota.
only team that's under is Boston, ain't it?
Yeah.
Boston's the only one left. You're right. They did lose one. You are correct.
They lost to who?
Minnesota.
But they destroyed everybody else. It
But they
happens.
lose- but they
Fatigue
lose.
is real.
Huh?
But they lose to Minnesota.
Cat,
Minnesota's
you know,
decent.
the best,
No,
the
not
best
Cat.
big shooting.
I didn't say that. Anthony Edwards
Anthony Edwards, man.
ain't no joke.
He was a problem for them.
He a real problem for them.
Problem for the league, man.
But that's how it is, though. Every team got that kryptonite.
Like the Bucks losing to Toronto.
Yeah, Toronto
No.
they got our number every year.
You think
almost.
so?
Bro, they destroyed
We're
us.
gonna talk about that in Bucks talk. The next thing I want to talk about is the in-season tournament started this past week. Friday. I'm sorry, Friday. Did y'all watch the games? First of all,
Yes.
how did you feel watching the games?
I was distracted by the hideous floors.
And we're gonna get into it. Uh,
I was distracted by the hideous floors. but
I like the floors. I
But-
like the floors. I like the city jerseys. I was like, oh, I'm lit. I'm like, this is lit.
I
Let's do
was
this.
distracted, but I was more. It was funny to me when they were interviewing players and they all were like, well, we don't really know what's going on. Like Dame
Who said that?
said it. Dude from Indiana said it. They were like, well, we don't really know what's going on. We just know we're here and we're playing for some type of cup. I don't know if they were being facetious or being smart behinds, but yeah, I mean, I like the idea because it makes for competitive basketball year round.
It does. At first I didn't look at it like that, but I was like, this is interesting. I don't know why it was interesting. I don't know why we was so
Against it,
against it at first. Well, I know why, because we didn't understand it.
we didn't get it.
I still don't understand it.
Well, Richard Jefferson he did a dope
He
breakdown
did,
of what it is.
and we did the breakdown, and I don't know. It's like right now, it had a different feel on Friday. It had a different feel. The games will be played on Tuesday and Fridays. With that, teams introduced new floors, and they also they were playing in their city jerseys. And we're waiting on a producer, but I think the thing about it is that it was just a different feeling. At first, I didn't get that. I was like, this is gonna be stupid, but people are eager to play. What's his name? Halliburton said the winner of the in-season tournament should get an automatic playoff bid. I was like, I'm messing with that.
Do you think that sounds right?
I think that does sound right, because you talking to millionaires right now, and so give them an extra 500,000. I'm like, that's cool. That just showing me y'all got the NBA has money to blow. That's all it is showing me. The NBA has money to blow. We finna give all y'all extra 500,000 or such and such and such, and a free trip to Vegas because we trying to see when we get a new team there how it's gonna look.
LeBron and Shaq will own it.
So I just feel like that's what that's about. We're still waiting on my producer.
Tone, we ready for you, bruh.
I don't think Yella's gonna do anything.
Well,
But
the one thing about the tournament that, again, I watched the Bucks game, and I can't believe we only beat the Knicks by 5. But the players were really into it. But again, I'm not gonna just say that for the tournament because these records do matter.
okay, so we finally got it up.
We're
So
here, my man.
we got these floors, and I got this picture up for 2 reasons. First, I want you to tell me what you think was the best looking floor. Let's start there, and then I'm going to get into who are your picks for each group. So I'll let you gentlemen. Well, I'll start it off. I think
My first question is, who paid for these floors?
What you mean who played for these
The
floors?
tickets, the high tickets prices.
So
they
this
were
is this is
paying.
problem right here. They didn't put these floors in for what? For what?
What you mean for the in-season tournament? That's how you know it's in-season
NBA
tournament.
Cup is what they called it Friday.
That's what they
night.
call it.
NBA Cup.
Oh God. But yeah, this is the in-season tournament floor. So each time we have an in-season. Well, first of all, this is a lot of work. This is a lot of work for every Tuesday, every Friday. If I worked the Pfizer Forum, I'd be mad. I'd be like, oh
Well,
my
and
God.
keep in
No, I
mind.
wouldn't because I'll be one of them hours.
Well,
Well, hey, if it's a world of not want to work people, so I
right,
take that back.
right. And keep in mind, I think Kesey may have did it one year with me. I have been at the Pfizer Forum for a Marquette game
Mhm.
that ended at 4
Mhm.
and a Bucks game that started at 6.
Did you watch them take the floor up and put it down?
No, you have to leave. You have to leave
Oh, you have to leave?
because you got to get rescanned with your new ticket.
Yeah.
Literally, they have to put up all the Marquette stuff,
Oh,
take
God.
down all the NBA stuff, put in the whole new floor, replace the benches. It is not something that you can just do quickly. In fact,
Takes like
they
two-
they
how long
pushed
is
that game back an hour or two because they didn't have enough time because the Marquette game went into overtime. They didn't have enough time to
Oh.
even get ready for the game.
Low key, Marquette gonna be good this year. Anyways,
So
um,
I'm ready when you are. I can tell you the favorite. My favorite
what's
is
your favorite floor?
the Bucks because it actually looks like a basketball floor. You can still see the hardwood.
Really?
Yes,
All right, go ahead. I'll give you that.
you can still see the hardwood, and I don't mind the the one in the corner there in the sea. Boston. And Boston's okay too because you can see some hardwood. All them other ones look like really bad cartoons.
Really?
Yes.
I'm digging the different floors. Chicago, Miami, Portland, Indiana was cool. The Bucks, I think the Bucks had one of the best floors. Atlanta. So I was digging the different floors. I think that was Memphis. Memphis had that dark blue floor. So I'm digging the different floors. That was the thing to me. Kesey,
Floors are okay.
really?
Boston is probably the best looking one to me, but at the end of the day, I think it's a lot of wasted money.
A lot of wasted money.
Them floors is not cheap.
I know I'm saying wasted money. Wasted money is the high ticket
and
prices.
removable floors that
Mhm.
come back together
Mhm.
really ain't cheap.
They're not.
And the labor it costs to put them back and forth
Mm-hmm.
ain't cheap.
Really?
So I figured you just play the games on the floors that y'all already have. Why?
Right. Just paint a little cup on the floor and say
Yeah.
in-season tournament.
Make it a part of the original floor.
right.
Come on, man. That's what y'all on. The NBA is trying to be different and creative here.
I mean, I gotta give Adam Silver credit, man. Adam Silver has elevated and evolved the game of basketball. He has done some unique stuff.
Let's not get crazy here.
What? The play-in tournament?
So who's in the lead right now?
Nobody, because everybody hasn't played
Everybody
yet.
hasn't played yet.
The first game was on Friday.
And then the next ones are on Tuesday. So Adam
Really
Silver has the play-in tournament, the Kobe Bryant tribute. He's made the game even more global.
Mm-hmm.
The donating to HBCUs.
Here's my thing about that.
The
Right.
in-season tournament,
Mm-hmm.
the highest labor markets in the history of the sport.
Mm-hmm.
Do not take away what Adam Silver has done for the game of basketball.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
You like chicken?
It's okay. I prefer baked, but it's okay.
But
He didn't
it's-
ask you
it's-
what
Thank you.
He
Do you
said,
like
do,
chicken?
do you like chicken?
I do.
So if I were to sell you some chicken, would you eat it?
No. Because I seen what you did when you
Kesey.
came here with that bug.
Kesey, would you? Kesey,
Where did the chicken come from?
the point is.
Where did it go? No, there's no
Kesey,
point. If it's
Kesey,
from Pick and Save, I'm gonna take the chicken.
thank you. My point is this.
You don't want no Walmart chicken?
Oh God, I want nothing from that place.
You know what? You're the wrong person I asked.
Thank
the
you.
pickiest person ever. So you was the wrong
I don't
person
even
to
know
ask.
why you even asked.
I didn't even think about it. You was the wrong person to ask. The point I'm making is this: do I take away what Adam Silver did for the league? No, but it's not hard to sell.
It is very hard
No,
to
it's
sell,
not.
bro.
No, it's not.
We were so critical of the play-in tournament.
Yeah,
We were so critical of this
That's-
in-season tournament.
that's what
And what
we
did you
do.
just say 2 minutes ago?
I was hyped.
I was like,
Why?
It's still basketball. Don't get it twisted. Just because you're flouring the chicken a different way, it's still chicken. Hey, you want some of this chicken?
It's
baked.
not.
Hold on. Baked, grilled,
it's not.
fried, however you dip it, it's still chicken.
what I would
Hey,
say
I
about
want some
this
chicken.
in-season tournament, I would have preferred it to happen in the off-season.
I don't like that.
I mean, they play in off-season anyway. They play Olympics, they
that unrelated
play-
basketball. I ain't got time for that.
Yeah. But no, which floors do you like, Z?
I just said I didn't like Boston. Y'all going for ball. I like the Bucks. I like the Miami Heat. Memphis kind of stuck out.
red? You
All
like
that-
red?
The red stuck out because it was different.
Oh.
If you have a different floor,
Bro,
I'm
there's
messing
5 of them that are red. What do you mean it's different? One,
I'm
two,
saying-
3, 4, 5.
Bucks or Boston got the best floor to me.
Period.
I said Miami. I said Miami. The Bucks. New Orleans is cool. New Orleans is cool. OKC was smooth.
OKC's okay. They get a pass.
Is that-
Indy is not.
76ers.
Cleveland?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Cleveland look bland.
So I'm messing with them. Denver was smooth. Denver's was smooth. That 5-2-8-0. If you don't, that was smooth. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So those were what was interesting to me. But now we have this thing up here. We have West A, we have West B, we have West C, we have East A, East B, and East C. Pick a winner.
It's too soon. I can't pick a winner. It's too soon.
No, I just need. What do you mean it's too soon? Why you say it's too soon? This is the in-season tournament.
We're only 6
There-
games in the season.
this
There's
is
still
a-
more tournament games to play.
I know a month.
I'm going with the in-season tournament winners, the Denver Nuggets.
Really?
Yes.
No, I'm saying each group. I said each group. That's first of all.
So West A, I'm going with. Barely see that.
If you pull up it's on your phone.
Kesey, do you know you want?
I'm not going.
I'm going with Denver to win it
You
all.
just want us to pick who we think.
Yeah, who you think? Because I'm looking. So check this out. I'll break it down. There, I'll break it down like this.
I got you.
I say the Bucks.
No, I'm not the winner of the whole thing. I'm talking about each group.
So
Do you
Group
see
A,
it? Group A is Los Angeles, Memphis, Phoenix, Portland, and Utah.
Wait, isn't the land Cleveland?
Yeah.
You just said Group A is the Lakers.
Group A is West A.
Okay.
It's Los Angeles Lakers, Memphis Grizzlies, Phoenix Suns, Portland Trailblazers, and the Utah Jazz.
Phoenix.
Lakers.
I'm going
Lakers in that group.
I'm going Lakers.
That group, the Lakers.
I'm going Lakers.
Okay.
In West B, we have Dallas, Denver, Houston, Clippers, and we have the New Orleans Pelicans.
Denver.
I'm going Denver.
I'm going Dallas.
You going Dallas? Really? Okay.
Because Luka and Kyrie fit the style of that play-in tournament style play.
Kyrie has only played maybe 2 games this season, just so you know. He's been on the shelf a little bit.
Low
so
key, Denver already beat them. It was
badly.
close. But
No,
did
it
beat
wasn't
them.
that close.
It got close. They cut it to like 8.
They cut it to 8, but the game wasn't close.
Well,
Anything for Luca, bro. Anything for Luca.
Luka can win that.
I think Luka can win it. No, so
That's a little different than winning a championship.
So West C is Golden State. Hold your composure.
Wow.
Golden State, Minnesota,
San Francisco.
OKC.
They go by San Francisco now.
They don't go by San Francisco. They city jerseys say San Francisco.
What does that say on there?
Their city jerseys
I know
say
that.
San Francisco.
Let's just call them the San Francisco.
I'm not calling them San Francisco nothing. OKC. Who is this?
The Timberwolves, Sacramento,
Oh, Sacramento. And who's the other team?
San Antonio.
San Antonio.
Sacramento.
I'm going San Antonio.
I'm going Sac.
I'm going San Antonio.
I'm going
On
Sac.
San Francisco.
Sac.
You going Sacramento? On the East, we got Atlanta, Cleveland, Detroit, Indiana, and the 76ers. I'm going to go Philly.
Say that again.
You got the Atlanta Hawks, Cleveland Cavaliers, Detroit, Indiana, and the 76ers. I'm going 76ers.
I'm going Atlanta. I'm going Atlanta.
They beat the Bucks one time. Relax.
No, I'm not saying because I like them. I'm just saying Atlanta is a sleeper team in the East. They're a sleeper team. They are all around a good ball club.
I think that I don't think that that's small
I think
ball not
because
gonna
we
last.
are in game 6 or 7 and we have not made it to game 20 to 25. People have a little fresher legs at the moment.
Mhm.
But once we get to 20 and 25, you won't even hear Atlanta's name.
You won't hear Atlanta. You won't hear Cleveland because old boy be gone too. Donovan Mitchell.
There you go. So who y'all going for East A for Group A in the East?
Cleveland.
You going Cleveland? I'm going Philly. Who you going with, Dre?
I said Atlanta.
You going Atlanta?
Yep.
In East B group, we have Charlotte, Miami, Milwaukee, New York, and
The Wizards.
the Wizards.
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee.
I'm going Milwaukee too.
I want to say New York because Bronson been putting on a show.
I know.
Randall been hating.
It's been a losing effort though.
Has he?
Bruh.
Randall,
Julius Randall is a terrible teammate.
I've been saying that.
Oh.
But anyways, EC last group, we got
EC.
Boston, Brooklyn, Chicago, Orlando Magic, and the Toronto Raptors.
Boston for the sweep.
Yeah, going
Orlando.
Boston. Really? Or you just saying stuff?
I think Orlando.
So you just saying stuff?
No,
All right.
because I don't think Boston is going to really be too worried about that.
Let me tell you
But I
something
don't
about
think
Boston.
they're going to play that as hard
Let me tell
in
you.
that because Boston really want revenge.
Let me tell you something about Boston. They might get it. We'll talk about that later, though. They might get it. Another thing we do on a yearly basis is talk about the NBA city jerseys. The NBA city jerseys. We dropped that. They dropped these this year. I don't know if you guys had a chance to take a look at them, but I was pleasantly surprised. Not pleasantly, I was pleasantly. Hey, I'll say surprised because usually I don't like city jerseys, but they were pretty good this year. So we're gonna get into that. To me, guy, what you guys think?
I don't really wear jerseys. But
We all don't. We're adults,
I-
but I want you to look at these jerseys and tell me what do you think was the best or the worst?
The best is Boston. The worst is the Kings. But I also like New York's because it looks like
You said the worst was the Kings?
Yeah. I also like New York. I'm sorry, I lied. The Nets is the worst. Oh my God, what a hideous jersey.
You don't like the art piece?
I do not like the Nets 9-color jersey. I do not. Indies is sharp, but you know.
I like Indies. It's very different.
Yep. New York's looks like a normal basketball jersey. So I would talk.
You said you don't like Brooklyn's?
No, I don't like. Yeah, I don't like the Nets. Nope, I don't like the Nets, and I don't like the Kings. I'm going with the Washington Wizards as my top choice.
That's your number one choice?
I like the Washington Wizards, and I like the Minnesota Timberwolves. Those are the two I like. If I wore jerseys, I would buy those two from the City Edition.
I liked okay, so usually all these jerseys have stories behind them.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there's a picture of them. I liked the Milwaukee Bucks jersey, and you really can't see it in the picture, but the story behind it I did like.
What's the story behind
The
it?
story behind it is that that the excitement in the that was showcased when we did win the NBA championship in the Deer District. So what they did was if you take a photo from way back and you just see dots. And that's what the blue supposed to represent. It's supposed to represent the Deer District.
Okay.
So I thought that was a really good story. I was like, oh, okay. Now, am I a little biased? Obviously. But I thought we had probably, if not the best jersey, top 5. Now, will say I like Indiana's because they came real different. I don't hate Brooklyn's. I don't hate it, but it's all right.
I ain't gonna lie, I like Toronto's.
Toronto would go nice with some Tims.
It's some J's they go nice with.
They got some James up there.
Yeah. And then there's some for the drop in December.
The one I don't understand that looks, well, I ain't gonna say I don't understand, but it's the basicest one to me.
What?
It's probably, is that Denver up there in the top right corner?
Yeah, that's Denver.
With the numbers on it.
What is that, 5280?
5280. You know what 5280 stands for? 5280 is oh my god, hold on a second. Because I didn't get it at first. I was like, what is the point of this 5280? The 50
to the arena?
No, 50.
I'm being
So,
sarcastic,
How
people.
many days they went
So
without a
5280
championship?
so 5280 stands for the what is it? I'm gonna get this word wrong. Altitude 5,280 feet.
The altitude.
The altitude, that's what it stands for. So I was like, oh, okay. When you put it in words like that, I'm like,
really?
okay.
That's what they put on their jersey?
That's what they put on their jersey.
The
I'm
altitude?
surprised they didn't put no weed on there.
Why would they put that on there? Dre?
It's
No. Why would they put that on
It's legal.
there? Why would they put that on there? This is the second week in a row. You just be coming out. You just be saying stuff.
It's legal there.
This is the first time.
Hey.
Last week it was
Hey.
I was up there. Now it's this.
Listen,
You just be saying stuff.
No.
Second week in a row.
It's legal there, and the NBA doesn't test for marijuana anymore. And the NBA doesn't test for weed anymore. You know
Why would that be on a jersey?
why wouldn't it?
They had this for kids.
Drug sales, right? Not everything in the NBA does for kids. Not everything
they
do for
are
kids.
sponsored by Hennessy.
Right? Come on.
That's facts.
Right. Come
That's
on,
facts.
man. Come
That's
on
facts. Now,
Come on.
jersey I didn't like. Golden State, do better. Los Angeles Lakers, do better. And then Memphis, all right, do better.
now. No, did they have a gun on theirs?
Who?
Memphis, which is the MEM.
The only team to not win a game.
They need Morant. I ain't gonna hold you. They need Morant. It's it's right next to Lakers.
Oh, I
one.
see it.
0 and what, 6?
Yeah, I think so.
Where's the Lakers?
Lakers is the one next to the Memphis.
Is it?
Yeah. It's
My
trash.
My eyes are horrible.
I know. That's why I put it in the group chat.
So CJ McCullough has been diagnosed with a collapsed lung.
Ooh, that'll sit you down for the rest of the year and possibly for the rest of your career.
Could be.
That's why I was gonna bring it up next week, but thank you for putting it out now.
They
Appreciate it.
just released it.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. I said that in the injury report. Let's go. Don't worry about it.
You didn't say.
I did.
You said something with his lungs.
I
You
said
didn't say
something.
collapse.
I know. I said I'll
They're
bring it up
different.
next week. I
They're
said I'll bring it up next week.
Well, it's breaking.
What difference do
news
it
now.
make? That was something we should have brought up right away. I send my prayers to that brother, man.
And we sent our prayers.
Anytime. I know. I'm just sending them again, man.
All right.
Because we didn't know what it was.
We did. I didn't know what it was. That's why I was
So-
gonna bring it up next week. But
And we need the prayers of the righteous.
ladies and
What time is
gentlemen. Anyway, I know it's
Okay, I'm
it's
joking.
5 o'clock
I'm sorry.
somewhere.
Let's
Before we get up out of here,
get into what we really came here for. Go ahead.
Bucks talk.
Bucks talk.
It's still early, but
Mm.
I'm just going to ask a general question. How are you feeling about the Bucks right now and their defensive woes? I mean, is this going to hold them back, or is it too early to tell?
So I said it yesterday. Let me find the comment so I can read it verbatim. because I want to get. It's never too early to start wondering about your team and if they're ready. Look at the Green Bay Packers.
I knew y'all wasn't ready at the beginning of the season.
So this is what I said in another sports circle. Someone said, and I quote, Milwaukee Bucks fans are calling for Adrian Griffin to be fired 4 games into the 23-24 season. I responded simply by saying, I haven't heard this, but I didn't think he was the one from the beginning.
You said that?
I did. I said, however, what we're seeing and missing is not having the best two-way guard in the league on our team. Dame is awesome, but we will miss Holiday's defense. So what we're seeing right now, to me, is 2 parts. A coach that's trying to figure it out and a team that's trying to figure it out. Because Giannis and Dame, I would like to see more pick and roll. I don't see a whole lot of pick and roll action there. I would like to see more comfortableness of them playing together. I think they're playing too passive with each other, right? Like you'll see Giannis with the ball and he'll kick it out and vice versa. But we will never replace the defensive of a Drew Holiday because there's nobody on the Bucks outside of Giannis. Giannis is the exception that can play defense at a level of Holiday. So the Bucks need to figure out how to be a better defensive team.
So do you think this is a situation where we're looking for an identity still, or do you think this is a situation where it'll eventually get better?
I think it's new. I'm going to say that.
Do you think?
I think it's new. Yes, I think it gets better, but we're still going to miss that defensive.
That's obvious.
Okay.
I mean, that's obvious.
Now, can we move on from that? Because I'm sick of hearing that story.
But it's true.
It's true.
Let's move on from
We
it.
can't move on from it.
Oh, what you mean move on?
Don't get mad of it.
I'm not mad.
I'm just saying,
I
why
don't
you
know.
want us to move on?
Why you want us to move on from it? Because it's what's happening now.
Yeah, why you jumping on his back?
No, because he came at me like we was talking about LeBron. Okay, you could respond that way if it was LeBron, but you can't respond that way to the home team in which we're all being.
I don't think he came aggressive. He just said, "Hey, we're gonna start talking about that."
Okay, high up. Go ahead.
Yeah, sip on your drink.
So we're gonna move on. Go ahead.
All I was saying was, we have a new situation. Why keep harboring over what we don't have anymore?
All right,
it's time to move on and figure out what's next for us.
Are you concerned? Are you concerned?
I'm not concerned. I'm not concerned. You want me to tell you why?
Go ahead.
Because we only in game 6, and some discombobulation is a part of the process.
It's true.
Agreed.
That's how you.
I agree with that.
That's how you figure it out.
So you saying too early?
Because the Wizards. We know they suck. I mean, the Warriors didn't all of a sudden start winning games. It took time. It's a process, right?
It was a process.
The first season, they didn't win 72 games that year.
Mm-hmm.
It was the next year.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a process, even though they won a championship the year before.
Mm-hmm.
So the Bucks are going to lose some games. It's some figuring out. It's some learning.
So here's my thing.
It's some experience.
I got a question.
It's some experiments going on right now. It's a lot of experiment going on in the Bucks organization or roster.
Mm-hmm.
So nobody solidified their spot outside of Giannis, Dame, and Brooke.
Middleton. So here's why I'm going to say I hear you, but I call bull, because the Boston Celtics are in the same situation and they're 5-0 and they're destroying teams.
Who have they beat?
They're 5-0. They beat it doesn't matter. They put up 155 against the Pacers. 155
against who?
The Pacers.
It doesn't matter. It's an NBA team and you put up 155 points.
It's true.
They beat the Brooklyn Nets by 10.
Okay, so look at this.
They beat the Wizards. They beat the Heat.
The first game of the season, they beat New York. Julius Randle. We all just got done talking about Julius.
But we also
and they got an undersized point guard.
But the Bucks lost to Atlanta and the Raptors. So what's your point?
Can I finish?
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
Let me get it out.
They beat a hobbled Miami. They beat a discombobulated Wizards.
Mhm.
They put an unknown indie team,
Mhm.
and they beat a discombobulated Nets team.
Mhm.
They ain't played nobody yet.
Here's my
They,
question.
they got Anthony Edwards next. They got Joel Embiid after that.
So my question for you is this, Kesey. This is my question for you.
When they play somebody and beat somebody,
Mhm.
I'll take it serious.
Are you talking
Well,
about,
the Bucks,
hold on a
who
second.
did-
Hold
who
on a
did we
second.
beat?
Hold on a second. Are you talking about the Lakers?
I'm talking about
Are you talking about the Lakers? Just yes or no?
Boston. What are you talking about?
No, I'm saying, are you talking about? You said if they beat somebody, are you talking about the Lakers?
No, I'm talking about like Denver.
All right, fine. I'll
The
leave it.
Bucks beat Philly
Okay.
by 1.
Hold on a
I'm
second, real
talking
quick.
about Milwaukee.
Hold on a second. All right, fine. Here's the thing. Check this out.
I'm talking about Philly
Okay, check this out, real quick.
because Philly 4-1 right now, and we beat them.
I know, I get it. Real quick. My thing is this:
We beat it by 1.
if we don't, here's the thing. I don't want to be 10-10 and then start talking about this. I don't want to be 5-15 and start talking about this.
I don't think that'll happen.
We're looking because here's the thing. We talked about this before when the trade happened. We're expecting what?
Championship or bust.
That's why you go get Dame. Now here's the thing. We're missing. We have 2 categories, 2 different point guards. We have an all-around point guard who in the playoff time tends to disappear. He tends to shrink.
Who, Dame?
That Holiday. He tends to shrink.
Yes, he does.
He does.
If
Hold on a
he
second, real
doesn't
quick.
steal the ball, we
Here's the
don't
thing.
win the
He
title.
tends to shrink.
He does. He does.
Dame under 2 minutes is Dame time. We're hitting the watch.
In the first
hey,
round.
clutch, butter. We've seen it. We've seen it.
We have.
So
He did it twice this season already.
So my thing is this: what's gonna get us this championship?
And we got
defense,
and we got a hobble Middleton right now.
or B? Here's the thing. I'm gonna get at that in a second because Dre said something. I was like, nah, but then I was like, yeah. I don't know if we won this all around deep because the thing that got us to the championship, that thing that's been always our thing, is defense. That's been our identity. Hey, Drew's gonna lock up the point guard situation, and all we have to worry about is everything else.
That's it.
Now the thing about it is, I think injuries caught up to us, and we haven't been. We like our bill was rocked last year with the Miami Heat. It was rocked. But Miami went all the way to the NBA Finals. It was rocking everybody bill. So that's a one-time thing. We was like, hey man, Bud gotta get out of here. Like you said, I don't know if I think I said this too. I don't know if Bud should have been fired right away. Because look what we got. Look where we at.
We lost 2 games. We was at the Atlanta game.
We was at the Atlanta game.
It
And
was just
we
one.
was
It was
just-
just
It was a
everything-
bad shooting game.
It was a bad shooting game. And
But
you
they
couldn't-
also outplayed
you
us.
couldn't even breathe hard around Trey.
That's
Every time Trey brought the ball to the floor, somebody picked
Trey
him
is
up out.
Trey is fast.
And Trey always torch us. Even when they're losing, he torching us.
And then we lost to a team that been having our number for the last 10 years.
I don't usually
So-
do this. Hold on a second. I don't usually do this, but Slaughter has a good point. Celtics has the same coach and system as last year. The Bucks have a new coach, a new system, and a new franchise player. Don't forget when the Heat, LeBron, Wade, Bosh got together, they started 9-8.
Ain't that
we-
what I that kind of
We
what I
got to
just
give it
said?
time. I know that you said that.
So we're not disagreeing with you.
I'm not disagreeing. What I'm saying is this: last year we saw it early. We was like, you said it. The Bucks don't have it. You said it last year. You was like, the Bucks don't have it. You said it last year. We're losing the teams we should be beating. By the time we was like, told y'all, we had already lost Miami.
Bad.
So my thing is this: we need to say something now. And if Griffin don't see this All-Star
But-
break,
but-
who else can
but
we get a
listen.
coach here?
Well, listen, I told you last year, but at game 10, I said the Bucks don't look like the Bucks who gonna win a championship.
Yeah,
I called it out.
yeah.
This year it's different, and the only reason I say it's different,
You get a
because-
championship feeling from Milwaukee?
I do.
This year,
Even though we lost those 2 games, we're
The what, bud?
not losing games because we're like scrubby.
mm-hmm.
We lost those 2 games because we shot horribly.
This is what I say.
We shot horrifically.
So here's my thing
We
about
were shooting-
Atlanta.
It was at one point when me and Dre looked at the thing What did it say? 12%?
We were
12,
shooting
24.
12% from
11 or 12%?
from
Yeah.
3-point
That's-
line.
You
That's
can't
horrible.
shoot no worse than that. Come
Look,
on
check
now.
this out. Check
Dame
this out.
Lillard in that game didn't score the first 3 quarters.
I know.
So that,
But you know why? Hold on a second. You know why? Atlanta put a bigger guard on him. Dame is
The
not.
Bucks are
Dame-
small. The
Dame-
Bucks are small.
Dame is not Steph Curry. Steph Curry can get his own shot. No problem. Leave him up there on an island. Dame, you got to set some screens. He pull off from, half court. You're not expecting it, so on and so forth. I just see that I see a problem. I see a problem, and to be honest with you, I'm worried. And the fact that we're 5 games in and I'm worried right now gives me concern for the rest of the season.
I'm not worried about you being worried because I'm not.
So let me say this.
So let's get that. Let's
Well,
get that.
I'm
Let's get that
not the
understood.
GM. I'm not. First of all, I'm not
Let's get
Dre.
that understood
First of all,
first.
I'm not Dre.
I'm
Okay, I
telling-
don't know a lot of people. I'm not inside the organization
I'm
making
telling you- I'm
moves,
telling you-
calling up people.
I'm
I'm
telling-
not. I'm a fan.
I'm
I'm just a
telling you-
fan. I'm a normal fan that sits up in the bleachers sometimes.
I'm
They
telling-
can point at out Dre.
I'm telling you
I'm
right
just a
now.
normal
Listen,
fan that's concerned.
I'm telling you right now.
What? We're good.
With Giannis and Brook back there, Dame don't gotta be the best defender.
So I'm gonna say
Because
this.
Brook had 8 blocks the last game we was at.
He
I'm,
did.
I'm gonna say this. I am not worried about Milwaukee. Worry is a big word,
I said concerned, but go ahead.
but I am concerned because here's why. I'm gonna use your own logic against you.
There we
We
go.
ain't played nobody, man. We haven't played Boston, who are the real threat to the Bucks championship aspirations.
Mhm.
We haven't played Phoenix. We haven't played Denver, right?
Mhm.
Who's 6-1
Mhm.
and are destroying teams, right?
Mhm.
We haven't played these new look Clippers yet, right? There are teams right now where the Bucks should be winning, but again, it's early. We'll go to a lot of games this season. We got a lot of games to still see.
I wish we can go to November 22nd game.
Who they playing?
Boston.
That's in Boston, isn't it?
And did you hear what I just said? I wish.
Oh, I was gonna
Oh,
say.
okay.
Let me see. Y'all want to go?
I'm not going to Boston.
That ticket
I don't
probably
need to be. I don't need to be called the N word in my face.
With the contract they got. You know how much they tickets brought? We thought our tickets was high.
That Golden State payroll.
Man, that's more than a goal. That's Golden State, the Bulls, the Lakers, the Bucks.
So there's no need to ring the alarm, but next week, by the end of Thanksgiving break, when we record again, the Bucks will be about 15, 20 games in.
Well, I mean, this is a continuous conversation we'll be having all year. Now, I'm just asking right now: are you concerned?
I'm not.
Are you concerned, or are you concerned? Worried? Too early to call?
We built for the long haul.
I am not worried, but I am watching. Let me just say that.
Why can't you just answer the question?
I did answer the question.
No, you did. You tapped the answer around.
No, I'm not.
Right. I
He
mean,
said
like
he not worried.
I'm not worried,
he said, I'm not worried,
but I'm watching. I'm watching. Like
Just say-
it's almost like I got my eye on you. You ever been disciplined as
Wow.
as a kid, and
You
they'll
doing this?
say
All right, go.
you're not in trouble, but I got my eye on you.
That mean you in trouble.
No, it just means I want
Man,
That-
give him-
maybe for you.
No, it's what I said. I got my eye on you. That mean I'm in trouble.
Give him
No.
give
You
him-
just ain't pushed the button yet.
give them a fair shot, man. They're
I'm-
gonna
I'm
come
con-
around.
Hey, I'm concerned.
and that's okay.
I'm concerned.
Giannis ain't.
I'm not calling for
Giannis-
Griffin. I'm not calling him to get fired. I'm just concerned.
Giannis is fumbling the ball like he got meatball grease on his hands still.
That's true.
You know
I
what I'm
just,
saying?
I mean,
It's-
my
it's-
thing.
just give him some time.
All right,
Let's
that's
figure
fine.
this out.
I mean, like I said, we ain't made no predictions. I'm gonna stick with the Kesey logic of 20 to 25 games. You pick. Hey, how's it looking?
Because think about this. Remember them Lakers last year?
Oh God,
I'm just saying. Remember the Lakers?
I know.
Think about the Lakers last year at this time.
I
It
know.
was like
Over.
they ain't gonna win nothing.
Real,
We were
real,
calling them a lot.
you
You're
said
calling them
it-
a lottery team.
hey,
And
I
look
love
where
it.
they finished the season at.
NBA Western Conference Finals. Hey,
Don't one of y'all owe me some money?
No.
Oh, he didn't wear it.
he didn't
I
wear
didn't
it.
wear
it.
He didn't wear
Oh,
it when
But
Dre-
you got a nice parting gift at the end of the season.
You filthy animal.
That I still got nothing from either of you.
So, anyways,
True.
I gave you a pardon gift. You
So-
believe it, right?
I did get a pair of old sneakers.
Hey,
And I just tossed the box, but I knew y'all wouldn't take it
I can't
serious.
believe he gave you them suits.
Right. I knew y'all wouldn't take it serious.
I can't believe you didn't wear the hat.
I thought you was playing after the Lakers incident. I thought you was
Well,
playing.
you know I wouldn't wear a liquor hat. That's completely different. We had a nice agreement that we would give each other parting gifts. On
You
our
had that
last
agreement.
episode. No, you said I'm in.
I said, yeah.
You
man.
said I'm in.
Did you get a gift?
But that's
Did you get a gift?
That's all right. Karma's ooh, Jesus, thanks for healing and delivering, because I almost said another bad word.
Anyways, my thing about and me being concerned and y'all not being
It does look
concerned.
nice in my office too.
Is it there?
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
It's in the box, collecting dust.
Like it. Oh, I almost said something again. Ooh, Jesus.
Anyways,
Like the dust from them.
hey, brother. You already said your wild comment for the show.
What did I say? Oh, the bug.
The weed on the jersey.
It's Denver. It's legal.
So this has been another good episode.
No.
Okay.
Crime has gone down in Denver since they
Shut up.
since they made it legal.
We do not
Yeah.
sponsor that. We do not have any
Condone.
affiliations with that type of behavior,
I ain't never
and we do
smoked
not
weed in my
condone
life.
any of that behavior.
Anyway,
Agree.
This has been another episode.
Agree.
This has been another episode of the 94 Feet Podcast.
Oh, we don't condone it now? For real?
This has been another episode of the 94 Feet Podcast.
Woo!
I'd like to thank my brother Kesey.
It's been a pleasure, good people.
Also, thank my brother Dre.
Roll out. Yo, it's always a pleasure to be with my brothers to act a little silly.
We know who's been to Denver recently.
Exactly.
Never have I ever.
You can catch us. You can catch us on social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. You can also catch us on all streaming
We're on
platforms.
TikTok now?
Yeah,
Spotify.
Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spreaker, SoundCloud. Agree with us?
Probably not.
This is the 94 Feet Podcast.
94 feet.